All right, y'all. I'm going to be looking at Lab 2. This is, I think, Lab 2.1 Linux installation. Now, previously we did our Linux installation, so hopefully, if you haven't already done your Linux installation, it's no problem. You can either follow along with my little video, or you can look at Project 2.1, where it tells you how to install your virtual machine. Either way is fine. Now, they want us to use, for our user ID and password, they want us to use our CFCC username and password of password01. So we're just going to do everything like it says, so that way we can make sure to get full credit. All right, so my Fedora virtual machine is powered off, so I'm going to start it up. And hopefully it's going to come up and work like it's supposed to. Okay, we're going to check our media and start our workstation. Okay, we've already installed Fedora, so we're not going to reinstall it. And let's see. Okay, what we're going to do, it says open up TTY3. So we're going to type in Control-Alt-F3. Okay, and here we are. And it's wanting us to log in. And let's see if my login that I made earlier works. Oh. All right, so I'm logged in as the root. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I was playing around with this machine, but I think I reset everything, so it should be, basically just a clean installation. All right, so what do our instructions say? It says here we want to make a username and password. Okay, no problem. What we can do here is use a command, and we're going to, let's see, we're root, so we shouldn't have to do super user do, but we will anyways. If you try to enter a command and it gives you some kind of an error, like you don't have the sufficient privileges, then you can use super user do, and that will most of the time do what you want. Okay, we're going to add a user, so we're going to use user add jrlee28. Okay, good deal. Let's give that user a password. New password is going to be capital PASSW0RD. Okay, it doesn't like our password, but that's okay. It'll take it anyway. PASSW0RD. And the reason it doesn't like our password is because our security is weak. Anybody could guess this. Okay, now while we're at it, let's go ahead and make sure that the root account has a password also. So same thing, sudo passwd root. Okay, the new password for root is going to be capital PASSWORD01. PASSWORD01. Okay, so Passwords updated successfully. All right, now I should be able to switch user to jlee28. Oh, what? Really? Oh, jrlee28. I left out an R. Okay, good deal. Oh, I guess because we were root, it didn't challenge us for a password. If it does challenge you for a password, then just use the one that we put in earlier, the PASSW0RD. Okay, display the current date and time. So we can do that. Hang on, I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. D-A-T-E. That spells date. Okay. Password PASSWRD01. Okay, so now we went from jlee to the root. Let's see. Install the KDE Plasma workspace. Okay, now this command is in the book. It tells you exactly how to type. Well, it kind of tells you how to type it in. It is, let's see, DNF. Hang on, let me just check and make sure I'm not typing this wrong. Because, oh yeah, okay, DNF group space install. And then, let's see, KDE. Shoot. Hopefully I'm not misspelling any of this stuff. Just takes it a few minutes to install. Okay, and we'll be using that Plasma Workspaces thing later on, but for right now it just wants you to see, okay, here's how you use the command line to install some new software. Okay, and let's see, display who is currently logged in and what they're doing. Okay, just use the W command for that. Okay, and that tells us, okay, live user and root are logged in, which is kind of what we thought. Okay, now display, I'm using Unix with the quotes included. Okay, now for this you're going to use the echo, hang on a second. I'm just going to type in clear. I'm going to clear off all that mess. Okay, so display, I'm using Unix with the quotes included. Okay, so we're going to use the echo command. And, all right, so we're going to put in a quote, and then we're going to use the backslash to put in another quote. Because with the echo command, quotes, single quotes, there's some characters that have meaning to echo. So if you use the backslash, it says, okay, whatever character follows next, don't interpret it as a command, just display it. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we're going to type in, I'm using Linux. Okay, and we're going to do the same kind of thing again. We're going to use backslash quote, and then we're going to end the whole thing with a double quote. And now whenever we hit return, hopefully we didn't mess it up. It should work. Ta-da! It does. Okay, so just remember, if you want a quote mark to appear in part of your text, but you don't want it to get used as like the end of the command line, then just put a slash or backslash in front of it. Okay, so that worked. And, oh shoot, I guess I shouldn't have cleared off my screen because we're supposed to screenshot at this point. It's okay. If you cleared your screen, if you just screenshot, you know, like this part of the command, then that's fine with me. And then you can save it as a JPEG and upload it. Okay, now it says display the path variable. All right, well, we can do that. Echo. And $sign is one of those characters that is going to get interpreted. Oh, hang on. $sign, P-A-T-H. Okay, yeah, this system, Linux, remember Linux is case sensitive. So capital P-A-T-H is not the same as little p-a-t-h. All right, and it says now it wants us to do display a manual entry for the CP command. Okay, there it is. Now CP, copy files and directories. Here is the page out of the help manual that tells you about the CP command and how you can use it. Okay. All right, what's the next thing we're supposed to be doing? List all files and directories in a long listing. Okay. Just going to type Q to quit. I don't want to see the whole thing. Okay, so the next thing we're supposed to do is list our files, but it says it wants us to list everything. So we're going to type in ls, which is short for a list. It's analogous to directory in Windows. So ls is just like a list of all the files. And then we're going to put in -a, and that's going to say, list all. Okay, so here we go. And that's going to list everything, including any hidden files. So that's a listing of the files that are in this particular directory. And what's the next thing we're supposed to do? Display the calendar, C-A-L, calendar command. Okay, so it's kind of small, but there it is. And it shows us that today is the 3rd. Very true. Okay, now, let's see, what's the next thing? Okay, set the virtual machine to shut down in 30 minutes. All right, shut down. Minus capital P, and then we're going to type in +30. Okay, so there's several different ways you can shut down right this minute, or you can shut down later. We're going to shut down later. We got a shutdown scheduled. Okay, so if we don't do anything, then in 30 minutes, approximately, this machine is going to shut down. Hopefully everybody's got their work saved. Okay, what's the next thing? Log out of root and return. Okay, so we just exited. We logged out of root, so now we're back to being just J.R. Lee. And return to TTY1. Okay, Control Alt F1. Okay. All right, now we've got a new user, JRLee28, and a password that hopefully I remember, W0RD. Okay, cool. I'm in. Okay, now it says navigate to the downloads folder. Let's see, files. And downloads. Okay, download folder is empty. Okay, well, that's the end of that lab. Okay, so what you can do is, just screenshot step 8 where it says I'm using Linux with the quotes included. And then screenshot this and hand it in. And there's no questions in this lab, so there's not going to be any questions to answer. So yeah, that's all you need for lab 2. And now I won't do like a video walkthrough of every single one, but I will for the first few so that you guys can kind of get a feel for how this stuff works. and we'll develop, because sometimes you're going to see the commands given in the book, you're going to type in the command and it's not going to work exactly right. So we're going to do some like troubleshooting on the fly. If you find any commands in the book that are no good, then please put them in an email to me so that I can let everybody else know. All right, that's 15 minutes. I try to keep my videos down to 15 minutes. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any trouble with this stuff.